friends, it's me, Kelly, and today I'm back with a 25-minute slow flow stretch for the entire body. So roll out your mat and let's get started. We'll begin in a thunderbolt. So bring your hips to your heels. Let the palms rest on your thighs and close the eyes. Just taking a moment here to center, to tune into your breath and into this moment. As you inhale and exhale through the nose. Nice long inhale through the nose, fill the belly. Exhale completely through the nose, bring the belly button closer to the spine. Just repeat that a few more times. Softening the shoulders on each exhale. Setting an intention to be kind to yourself and your body this morning. And allowing yourself to move and stretch in a way that feels good to you. Blink the eyes open and we'll dive right into our practice. So come forward to a tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Press down through the fingertips and the pads of the finger. Engage the core. Inhale, drop the belly low, gaze lifts. Exhale, round the spine, arch the back like an angry cat. Inhale forward for your cow pose. Shoulder blades draw together. Exhale back. Moving with the breath. One more. Inhaling forward. Exhale. Back. Nice. Shift back into a child's pose, but keep the arms straight and active here. So this is more of an active child's pose. Extend the hands and the arms out as far as you can reach. Really stretch through the arms, stretching the backs of the shoulder blades. Let them draw away from each other. Inhale, press into the hands, pass through your tabletop. Let the hips come all the way to the mat. Cobra. Gentle lift here. Shoulder blades draw together. Exhale, back. Child's pose. So we're just going to move between these two movements. Inhaling forward to your cobra. Bend the elbows. Exhaling, shifting back to your child's pose. Good. Inhaling forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. One more time. This time we'll pause in our cobra pose. Bring the legs close together. Good. Moving into our Sphinx pose. Elbows under the shoulders. Press down into the mat with the hands. Draw the shoulder blades back. Pull the chest through. Imagine you're pulling your elbows towards your hip. Yeah, towards your hips. Feel a nice stretch in your lower back. Good, and release, crocodile pose. Hands plant, let the forehead rest on the palms. Just for a breath. Good. Set your hands back up so they're in a Sphinx pose position. But we'll take the right leg, bend at the knee, and set up for a half frog pose. So the knee is directly across from the hip. The inside of your right foot presses down into the floor. Lift the shoulders so the upper body's in Sphinx. Lift the chest. Press the inside of the right foot into the mat, waking up our inner hip muscles here. Good. Listen closely. Take the left arm and thread it underneath the right. Let the palm face up. Come all the way onto the left shoulder and allow yourself to rock onto the left hip. And then find a supine twist here. Right shoulder melts towards the mat, let the arm fall. Left hand can come to the left thigh. Gaze can be neutral towards the ceiling or for the right shoulder. A few breaths here in your twist. Unwinding, coming back to our Sphinx pose where we started. Good, moving to the other side, bend the left knee. Half frog pose. Inside of the left foot presses down. Sphinx pose with the upper body. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Chest pulls through. Notice if you're cranking your neck back and soften it down just slightly. So gaze at the floor a few inches in front of the fingertips. Good, and get light in the right hand. You have to lift the left arm a little bit to be able to thread the right arm underneath. Shoulder comes onto the mat, right cheek comes to the mat, and then turn the body onto the right hip. Let the left arm extend, right hand can grab onto the left thigh. Supine twist. Gaze can follow the left shoulder. This should feel really good here. Just, our twists help us detoxify. And I think they're probably some of my favorite things to do in yoga because it just feels so yummy. Good. Unwinding, come back up to your Sphinx pose just for a moment. Neutralizing here. And then plant the palms under the shoulders. Press back up to your tabletop. You might have to walk the knees up a little bit to get there. Good. Awesome. From here, tuck the toes under. Press back nice and slowly towards your downward facing dog. Start to straighten the arms all the way. Send the hips back. Belly comes towards the thighs. Good, and then start to straighten through the legs. It's okay if you need to step the feet back a little bit. Make your upside down V. Good. Pedal out the feet if it feels good, or take any other movements. Maybe you go side to side with the heels. Stretching into the calves. And find some stillness. Inhale, left leg reaches high behind you. Exhale, shift forward to your plank. Step the left foot in between the hands. Lower the back knee, shin, and foot down. Untuck the toes. Low lunge. You can walk the palms up onto the thigh, feeling into the hip flexor here. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fly the arms back. Finding a little movement here. Inhale, arms rise, foot plants. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fly the arms back. Good. Plant the hands on the mat, so find your runner's stretch here. Straighten through the left leg if you can. Toes can draw back towards the base if it's comfortable. Left hip drags into the hip socket. Then come forward. Good. Right hand plants, left arm rises. Find your twist. Cartwheel the left hand down. Right foot spins around. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Right arm reaches up and over for your modified side angle. Really press the left thigh open. So there's a connection and a compression and pressing between the left outside of the shoulder and the inside of the left thigh. So press the thigh into the shoulder and the shoulder into the thigh. Really stack the right shoulder over the left. Good. Keep the right knee where it is. Spin the right or left foot down rather. Plant the whole foot down. Tent the right fingertips on the mat. Left arm comes up. Modified side plank. You can also have the right hand down, but we're not putting a whole lot of weight into our fingertips. Inhale, rise up. Left hand comes along the left leg. Reach the right arm up and over, gate pose. Feel that nice stretch on the right side body. And then cartwheel the hands down to the back of your mat this time. Spin the right heel back, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts this time. Exhale, step it in between the hands. Lower the back knee, shin and foot down. Inhale, rise. For your low lunge, hands can come to the thighs to start. And when it feels good, rise the arms. Breathing. Good. Fly the hands back, straighten the front leg. Toes can draw towards the face. Runner stretch. Inhale. Low lunge. So flowing this out here, moving with the breath. Inhaling as you straighten the front leg. Exhaling as you bend and arms rise. Fly the hands back, hold in your runner stretch. Hands content on the mat. Drag the right hip back into the hip socket. Always moving a little deeper on your exhale. Come forward, plant the right foot. Left hand plants. Inhale up, twisted lunge. Cartwheel the right hand down to the inside of the right foot. Spin the left knee, the left leg behind you. Press the right arm into the inside of the right thigh and lift the left arm up and over for your side angle pose. Should really feel a nice yummy stretch on the inside of your right groin. The upper thigh. Good. Come up, spin the sole of the right foot down. So we're straightening through the right leg. Toes face the wide edge of the mat. Left fingertips come down. Reach the right arm high. Few breaths here. Breathing into the right side body, your intercostal muscles. And then on your next inhale, rise up. Right hand can fall on the leg. Left arm reaches high. Good. Cartwheel the hands down to the front of the mat. Spin the left heel. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale. Coming into our pigeon pose, outside of the right knee comes to the outside of the right wrist. Tuck your left toes. See if you can drag the left leg back a little bit and then untuck the toes. So that can really help you get more of a stretch on the left hip flexor. If this is a lot for you, even just being here, you can take a towel or a pillow and prop it up underneath your right hip. But start with a nice long spine, and then leading with the heart, melting forward. And let the head rest wherever it feels good. Notice if you're rocking from one side or the other side. If you're falling over on your right hip, really try to maintain your center of balance. And if you're not, then go grab that pillow. Our hips are often the tightest areas of our bodies. If you're sitting all day long. And so This pose is really great to help stretch and open, but it can be very uncomfortable for a lot of people. But as long as there's no pain, it's okay to be uncomfortable. So that's what's going to help you eventually be able to relax. Just let the breath tell the body that you're okay. Walk the hands up. From here, bend the left leg. Drag the heel towards the glute and straighten. And bend and straighten and bend. Stay here. Just using your active flexibility here, dragging the hip, or the heel rather, towards the hip. Or you can reach back with the left hand. See if you can grab a hold of the foot. Draw it in a little closer for a nice quad stretch here. If you have any arm variations you'd like to take, if you want to take your full pigeon, you're welcome to. However it feels good. And relax, release. Hands plant, downward facing dog. Shake out the hip however it would feel good. Moving straight to the other side, left leg rises. Exhale. Left knee comes to the outside of the left wrist. Lower the right foot down. Tuck the toes of the right foot. Drag the heel back. So really drag that leg back to allow more stretch. Allow yourself to come closer to the mat. Starting up high. Noticing if you're shifting, and then work your way down to your expression of your pigeon. Close the eyes. Let the breath send signals to the hips that you're okay, and to the brain to allow you to relax. Here you're teaching your body that discomfort is okay. And each time you come back to this pose, maybe it'll feel a little easier. Maybe one day, if you don't enjoy it, you'll start to enjoy it. I find that my body begins to crave this pose if I haven't done it for a few days. Let's walk the hands up. Taking our pumps here, bend the right knee, heel comes towards the glutes, and straighten. And bend and straighten. And bend and hold. Hold, hold, hold. Good. Reach back with the right arm if you'd like. Draw the heel in towards the glute. As much or as little as feels good. For me, I went for a run yesterday, and so my quads are very tight today, so this feels quite lovely. And release. Nice. From here, sit on your left hip pointer. Bring the right leg out straight. Straighten the legs in front of you. Find your staff pose here for a moment. Straighten through the legs, toes draw towards the face. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come back up. open the right leg. Sole of the foot comes towards the mat. Bring the heel in as close as you can, but leave about a fist distance between your leg and your foot. You can measure that. Sit up nice and tall. Take your left hand, hold onto your right thigh. Right hand tense behind you and twist over to the right from your thoracic spine. So staying lifted in the chest. Straighten through the left quad. Gaze over the right shoulder. With your exhale, maybe twist a little deeper. Then come back forward. Right leg extends, left leg bends. Create your space between your thigh and your foot. Good. Take your right hand, hug onto your left thigh, and twist over to the left. Straighten the right leg. Try to stay nice and tall in the spine. As you inhale, exhale a little deeper. Inhale, coming forward. Extend the leg. Nice. Arms extend out long, and we'll recline all the way onto the back. Let the head fall down and rest comfortably. Good. Feet plant on the mat. And actually heel toe the feet out a little wider so the knees fall in. And then you can rock the knees back and forth, kind of windshield wipering the legs. Massaging the lower spine. Good. And then draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Loosen the grip, let the knees fall over to the right, rock onto the right hip. Find your twist, left arm extends. I like to keep my eyes closed here. Feeling the benefits of moving your body today. Inhale, bring the knees up to center, let them fall over to the left, rock onto the left hip. Right arm extends. Come back up to center. Our final pose, happy baby, knees come out wide. Grab onto the outside edges of the feet or the shins. Pull the feet down as you press the feet into the hands. Good. If you'd like, you can bring your peace fingers, your second and third middle finger around the big toes. Straighten the legs, find your wide-legged straddle here. Good. And then when you're ready, let the feet come to the mat. And then extend the legs down. Just lying here for a moment. Thanking your body for being all that it is, for the strength it gives you each day. And thanking yourself for doing something that served you. Take a few moments to relax and soften, melt into the mat. You're welcome to stay here in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. But when you're ready to come out, you can rock off onto your right side, your fetal position. And use the left hand to press your way back up to a comfortable seat when you're ready. And blinking the eyes open. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.